Today on DC News Now.
A cleanup effort underway in Arlington after a home exploded earlier this week, and police now working to figure out exactly what caused that explosion.
And a chilly start to the day. Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking just how windy it could get. Then where to find the best holiday gifts on a budget. We're stretching your dollar with the latest app.
This is down to the wire. There's no more time to waste.
Plus, we are hours away from the next Republican primary debate.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. We are following a developing story in Montgomery County, Maryland this afternoon. Police say that a person has barricaded themselves inside of a store. Police are on the scene at the Wheaton Mall. They say the person has barricaded themselves inside JCPenney. People are being evacuated from the area. Police say that there's no threat to the public. We will update you more on the story as more information comes in. New details today after that massive explosion rocketed the Arlington community on Monday night. The homeowner, James Yu, is now presumed dead after human remains were found inside of the home. DC News Now's Lex Juarez has more on where the investigation stands.
Well, crews are on the scene here in the Bluemont neighborhood, and you can see cleaning up debris from that explosion. Investigators are also still here trying to figure out exactly what caused the explosion. Well, the explosion shook the Bluemont neighborhood of Arlington on Monday afternoon. It came after a neighbor who police have identified as James Yu barricaded himself inside of his home. Yu was shooting flare guns at the responding SWAT team just moments before the blast went off, and it took firefighters 2 hours to put out the flames left from the explosion. Tuesday afternoon, investigators found human remains inside of the home, and they do presume those to be Yu. We've been learning more about him since the explosion. Police say that he had contacted the FBI numerous times in the past, but had no concerns that ever resulted in an investigation.
I would characterize these communications as primarily complaints about alleged frauds he believed were perpetrated against him.
Police are also calling Yu's activity on social media concerning. And those social media posts being spread far and wide by community members here and people across the country as this story has gained national attention. And meanwhile, residents are going to notice that these streets are blocked off as the investigation continues around the blast site. In Arlington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. A lot of questions remain about what may have caused the explosion. Retired Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive Agent Scott Sweetoe says he believes the explosion was caused by fuel and fire. He says a likely fuel source could be propane or gasoline. Sweetoe says the fire department worked to shut off the gas to the home, and that likely saved many homes from an even more intense explosion.
But if he had been filling the house full of natural gas too, you would have had a much larger explosion. The fact that the fire department corroborated that they shut the gas off strongly implies that he made some sort of a threat.
He also says the source of the ignition could have been a match gun or a flare gun. Stay with DC News Now for the latest developments on the Arlington House explosion. For updates any time of the day, just go to DCNewsNow.com and search Arlington explosion. We're turning now to the weather. People in the district are seeing rain and sleet right now in parts of the region. This video shows sleet falling in the Wesley Heights neighborhood. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, I hope this is clearing out because I have lunch plans.
Myself included, my friend, yes. And yeah, it took a while for this precipitation to take hold throughout much of the night last night. And even into the morning, precipitation really did not come down outside of the mountains as it stayed rather dry to the east, closer to DC. But now here with this Clipper system still trying to work its way through, we are getting a little bit of that precipitation coming down across parts of Frederick Frederick, Montgomery counties. Right now, that precip, just a little batch of it, moving very quickly through D.C., Prince George's County, and now moving into southern Maryland as mostly just a late rainfall. But before it moved far enough south, you got that sleet mixing in a little bit for a brief time there up toward Montgomery and Frederick counties. But again, folks, key word here is that precip is very light. It's very fast moving, so don't expect any major difficulties from this as it passes through. Just a little bit of sogginess as we go into the early afternoon. On top of that here, folks, though, we have plenty of wind rolling in behind this precipitation. It's going to be breezy the rest of the day with wind speeds 10 to 20 miles per hour, and with plenty of clouds hanging around as well. It's going to feel very, very chilly the rest of the day as we only see temperatures out there reach the low to mid 40s. So just be ready to bundle up. Even though we didn't experience a lot of precip, we'll still have to deal with these colder temperatures. Now, as we go toward the end of the week, how quickly do we shake this chill and bring back some warmth? We'll have a full check of your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
Hey, Damon, thank you. On Capitol Hill, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser met with members of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee to discuss public safety in the district. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming is on the Hill. Leonard, there was a lot of things discussed today.
Good afternoon, Mark. Yeah, this was what the mayor described as a good meeting and a good faith effort, basically to go over the issues that the mayor and D.C. are dealing with, primarily the rising crime problem in the district. This hour-long meeting talked about those crime issues, and as you know, the city has more than 250 homicides this year with a month left to go. The mayor is asking for a speedy resolution to judges that are needed on D.C. courts, but this is a big ask. The mayor is asking for, and perhaps she might even get some traction on, the ability for the city to tax marijuana sales, which would be significant. Mayor Bowser talked to us a little earlier about the issues that she discussed in this private meeting.
We did put on the table some issues that we may come back to them on that I think specifically they could help with as it relates to the Privacy Act and information sharing, any thoughts they had on more speedy approval of judges for our courts. We continue to reiterate the need to remove the rider that prevents us from taxing and regulating marijuana.
Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer spoke to us after we talked to the mayor, and he signaled that this was a very good conversation. He's very concerned about the crime problem in the district, but he did signal that he is open to having the discussions and discussing with this committee and pushing forward the need to tax marijuana sales, which again would be a very, very significant decision for the district. Reporting from the Rayburn Building, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. Staying on Capitol Hill, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said he will leave the House at the end of the year. He wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. He writes, "I will continue to recruit our country's best and brightest to run for elected office. The Republican Party is expanding every day, and I'm committed to lending my experience to support the next generation of leaders." Well, drivers in D.C. should be on the lookout for some changes. D.C. is adding 45 new traffic cameras this month, and they'll stop sign and speed enforcement cameras. Well, DDOT says that these cameras are in places where speeding is a constant issue and where drivers frequently run through stop signs. Now, once the cameras go live, there will be a 30-day grace period. After that warning period, fines will range from $100 to $500 depending on speed. Now, once those signs are installed, there will be, again, a 30-day grace or warning period. Now, during that time, violators will only receive warning citations. After that, again, those fines can range anywhere from $100 to $500 based on how fast you're going. DDOT says that those cameras, again, are going to be in those areas where there's constant high injuries and speeding and stop sign running. In Virginia, Fairfax County Public Schools is moving back to its former snow day policy. Well, this means there will be no virtual learning days when school is closed for inclement weather. Well, this change goes into effect for this school year. The school district already has 11 snow days built into the calendar. And when school is closed for snow, students will still have access to online education resources. One Washington County, a nearly dormant commission on diversity, equity, and inclusion may be close to dissolving itself. And it was created years ago, but many people we spoke to say that it has not been seen in public in any awareness campaigns or have had any kind of an impact. The local NAACP says that there has not been any information given to the public, and they also say the county is not actually participating in the commission.
I knew that this was a defining moment for us to stand up and be heard and to make a difference in their decision making just by our numbers.
We have been out in the community, and the community is engaging with us. They're embracing us.
And right now, the committee is now looking for people to serve. Well, today, the Montgomery County Schools Council's Committee Against Violence is hosting a training seminar. It focuses on federal hate crimes and how you can file a civil case if you witness hate, bias, or violence. And it will also train people on how to prevent or handle the hate incidents. The free event is at 6:30 at the Rockville Memorial Library.